YouTube, time to tap in today's chat today. We're talking Season 3 loadouts, all video. We finally got a healthy pool of guns that we can run, and we're not hard stuck with a hard meta being the AUG or the DMR or something like that, where if you don't run it, you're going to get killed by it. So we're going to be talking about that and all these different viable guns. We don't really know what might be the potential meta, but as long as there is not a hard meta, these are going to be the guns as of right now, pre-AMAX nerf, that are viable. So I hope you guys like the video. If you like it, subscribe to the channel for me, and catch me live on Twitch daily. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you next one. So these are going to be all of my loadouts. Now, a lot of these weapons are test builds, but they seem to be the most viable from what I've gotten in this last week or so with the Season 3 loadouts. We don't have a hard meta right now, which is an amazing thing to do. It's kind of hilarious to me. I said it yesterday on stream that as Call of Duty players, we want to know what the meta is. We want to know what 2 guns we should be running. But then when we get those 2 guns, we complain about it and how these guns are broken. It's this vicious cycle of wanting to know and run the best guns and being told what the best guns are so that we can run them ourselves. Basically, what you gotta tell yourself is if you get into competitive gunfights, are you winning those gunfights against those players? So these are gonna be my loadouts. I have a lot of these guns as primaries, some of them as primaries and secondaries, and then just pure secondaries. I'm not running these specifically with the other gun for a specific reason. These are just kind of all of the guns that I think that are viable right now that I've been running, that I've seen people run with pro streamers and that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens with the AMAX nerf, how big the nerf is going to be, if it's going to be viable, and what's going to happen with the strafe speed and the movement speed with the FAR, which is what I imagine the readjusting and the nerfing is going to be, because we're still kind of in this gray area with the Cold War ARs as SMGs because the strafe speed is so crazy with them. So we'll see what they do with that. Bullfrog is getting adjustment as well. I don't know if that's gonna be a nerf or a buff. Hopefully they don't change it too much because it is very balanced right now. They might change the headshot multiplier, but that's neither here nor there. As of April 28th today, this is what we got. So I'm gonna start off with my meta loadout. I'm just gonna run down the list and show you guys the different builds. A lot of these builds and different things you're gonna be putting on the guns is gonna be the same. So just remember the trends and how you were going to throw that on guns that you might want to run. So first and foremost, we have the meta loadout. Of course, it's gonna be the AMAX. Now this will get a nerf. They know that they're gonna nerf it. I'm very sad to say it, but it's gonna happen. It's the best thing for Warzone because if you're not running this gun, you're gonna get got by it for a player that is equally as skilled. So monolithic, Zodiac barrel, VOK 3 times. I run the T-pose on it, commando foregrip, and the 45 round mag. This one has been interesting, this secondary as my meta loadout. My meta loadout is the first one I pick right up off of loadout, and these are the guns that I think I'm gonna get competitive in any gunfight. The FAR has now received 3 different nerfs. This last one being probably the most crucial, with a damage nerf as well as another ADS nerf, but you can still kit this thing out to be lethal for sure. There have been a couple gunfights that I've lost because I'm a little bit slower with it, and there's gunfights that I've won because of how good the damage is still. The iron sights are great with it, so it's definitely something to be competitive with still. Task Force barrel, so this is where you have to remember kind of the blueprint for when you're building these Cold War ARs. Strafe speed, mobility, and ADS speed is everything. So I do have the Task Force barrel, which does hurt the recoil a little bit, but nothing too bad or too serious unless you are hypersensitive to it. Maybe don't run it, but you got the strafe speed on there with that. Tiger Team Spotlight, which I'm pretty much putting on every single Cold War AR because of the movement speed and walking movement speed that you get. This allows you to run faster and just kind of feel like you do have more of an SMG in your hand. You're not constantly tack sliding just to get anywhere on the map. Raider stock, for the strafe speed, the firing speed, that kind of stuff. So when you're bursting somebody, you can literally just keep moving left and right and try to get on the target. Love and hate with this one because there are definitely times that I'll miss my mark because I'm going way too fast behind a wall. We got the Serpent Wrap. This is the only gun that I run Serpent Wrap with. I think not official, but for sure need this on the FAR because of the ADS nerfs that they did put with this gun, trying to make it less lethal as an SMG. 50 round regular mag. They did do something with the fast mags that if you do run a fast mag, your ADS speed will be slower. So keep in mind with that. that is what my meta load is right now. AMAX will probably change. The FAR could change. We'll see. That's kind of where I'm at right now for the first week. The FAR is still really good, and AMAX is absolutely probably the king, most meta gun right now. The DMR. Okay, so a bunch of TikTokers and all these people talking about how the DMR got a buff, this kind of stuff. It didn't get a buff. The DMR has always been good. It just takes a lot of patience with it, and sometimes it definitely doesn't click for me. Depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. This is the gun that I use when I'm feeling the most sweaty, when my shot is the most pure, all that kind of stuff. The DMR can absolutely outgun the AMAX and any other gun on the map. It's all about if you're hitting your shots. This is the most high risk, high reward gun there is as a primary and an AR. You're still gonna run the agency silencer. You're still gonna run the 3 times. You're still gonna run the field agent foregrip. I'm testing rear grips. I right now have the airborne elastic wrap. I've switched that with the field tape. I have tested it in a plunder match where I'm just tapping my trigger as fast as possible and watching the spray go up, and it seems that these rear grips might be helping. I don't have official stats for that other than just kind of going and shooting a wall and seeing that my spray doesn't go as high up. So take it with a grain of salt. It's something that I'm running, so I'm only got a 20 round mag with it. You could totally swap for the 30 round if you can control it. Just be mindful of that as well. Field agent foregrip, titanium barrel. You could switch this out for the match grade probably. It all just depends on the engagements you're getting in. You're not going to get in super long engagements with this thing because of the recoil and the bounce with it. So I put the titanium on because when I am getting in gunfights, I need to be able to spam it as fast as possible. So that is the DMR and where it's at right now. XM4 as an SMG. JGod recently put out a video about the various TTKs as ARs and at ranges. And the XM4, when you hit extremities, is #1, which isn't a whole big stat, but interesting. Chest shots, it's in the top 4. Headshots, it's in the top 5, I think. Lower torso, I think it's, I believe, in the top 3. So just something to think about when you're running this gun. It definitely does hit. Iron sights bounce a little bit more than I would like. Still really good. This is what Almonds just ran for winning the $50,000 tournament for Twitch Rivals. I stole it from him and ran it, and I actually do like it a lot. Iron sight isn't my favorite, but it is what it is. We got the agency suppressor on this one because this one did not get hit with the ADS nerf like the FAR did. So we're running that. Running the task force barrel again for the strafe speed, Tiger Team Spotlight, Raider pad, which is the Raider stock for the FAR, same thing, strafe speed. And this one I'm running the 60 round fast mag. The ADS again is not terrible on this gun, so I do run the fast mag on it. If you think it's too slow, just go to the 60, or you can go to the 45 speed mag, which is what a lot of the SMGs are already, being a 45 to 55 mag. Kind of just preference on that and how fast you want to be with it. Then we got the Krig. The Krig. My God, the Krig. Okay, so this gun is very interesting because it is kind of in the category with the Kilo M13, the low recoil but less damage profile. So when you're running this thing, just know that you're probably going to burn through ammo a little bit more because you do have to put more shots in the people. It did get a buff. It's still not there yet for myself. I would much rather run a gun. If the AMAX gets nerfed, I'd probably run the Ram 7 more than anything because it still hits really hard. But the Krig does have a case for itself to make. I don't think it's fully meta by any means, but I do have a class set up for it. Agency suppressor, the Ranger barrel for the most bullet velocity, for the most range, because you do want to try to hit range shots with this thing more than anything. Field agent foregrip, 60 round mag, and division 2 times. So a lot of people run the 3 times on this thing. The 3 times is technically a sniper scope in terms of the Modern Warfare engine, because the scopes are just different for Cold War guns and Modern Warfare guns. The 3 times with the AUG and the DMR isn't bad because you're not spraying, doing a full spray. You're either tap firing or obviously burst firing. And the full auto guns are really bad with visual recoil bounce with the 3 times. So the other one that I run is the 2 times. Some people run the SUSAT, but the SUSAT really slows down your ADS speed, and you have a sniper glint with it. So my biggest recommendation for a lot of these guns, fully automatic Cold War guns, if you're using it as an AR, is run the 2 times. And if there's a workaround, if you don't like the middle reticle, you can actually go to the 3 times, which a lot of us have ranked up. Go to the reticle. All of them are unlocked. You just choose the one that you want. Go to the other site that you want to use, and it should be there. So, little workaround if that's something that you're worried about. I actually ran this with the Modern Warfare MP5. Yesterday on stream, after getting my ass kicked for several hours, I decided to throw this on, and it actually felt amazing. Prior to recording this, I was looking through my classes, and I was like, am I really going to put the MP5 in there? And I think I am. This thing just felt so good, and I haven't ran this in a very, very long time. You're gonna run the Merc foregrip for hip fire accuracy, 45 round mag, sleight of hand, collapsible stock. Either run the monolithic integral suppressor or take it off and throw on the monolithic. I don't remember or know which one is better. I think you get more bullet velocity with the integral barrel, but maybe more range with the monolithic. So either one of those is preference. Something that I definitely felt very, very comfortable with. Ram 7. This is probably the gun that I am most excited about post AMAX nerf. This is definitely a gun since launch. This was pre-Warzone that I got really excited about. I loved using it in pubs, and I actually won a couple of GBs with it. This gun shreds. Once you get used to the pull left on the recoil, and you can compensate from that, this gun it's so good, and I really think it's gonna make a run for the meta once the AMAX goes away. So monolithic, Ranger barrel, longest barrel, VOK on it, Commando foregrip, 50 round mag. If this recoil gets a little bit too much for you, which I've gone through cycles with because I don't either use it frequently enough or whatever it might be, you can definitely throw the Merc foregrip on, which actually does the most recoil help. So something to think about. I do run the Commando just to help with the ADS speed, but if you are curious about it, the Merc foregrip does the most recoil reduction. So again, food for thought. We got the Farah as an SMG. This probably will get reworked. This probably won't be as it is come, you know, next update when they rework this thing. But since they did rework this the first time on the season 3 drop, we got a lot of strafe speed with this thing. This thing, you move, I think, as fast or faster as as a regular SMG, like a Bullfrog or something like that. You move just as fast as those guns. You guys know the build. It's gonna be the last barrel, Tiger Team Spotlight, last stock, which is always going to be some sort of Raider stock, or, you know, this one is the KGB. Skeletal stock. Bruiser grip, you can definitely run this. You got movement speed, hip fire accuracy. I did switch this to patrol grip because I am on auto tack sprint and I'm constantly tack sliding. I believe movement speed is just when you're walking. No ADS, no firing, no anything. And that's your movement speed. And then sprint move speed is obviously what I'm going for. So patrol grip, and I got the 50 round fast mag on this. I actually did switch this up to the 40 round right here, or the 40 round fast mag. This is actually a 45 mag, so it is a little bit of a blunder right there, but it is a 45 round gun, and the reload time is terrible on this thing, so I recommend doing the fast mag. Then we got the Farah as an AR. Kind of the same thing. We're gonna go Liberator barrel, which gives the most bullet velocity for the most range. Grew suppressor. Spetsnaz speed grip. I'm still testing this one versus the Spetsnaz grip. There's not a lot of vertical recoil on this thing since they fixed it. There's a little bit of horizontal, so I was trying to see if this one does better or not. Something to mess with, whether the Spetsnaz grip or Spetsnaz speed grip. I'm not sure. 45 round speed mag and the 2 times vision tech. Run this with the Bullfrog. I think if there is a solid contender as King SMG, this one is probably going to be it. I don't really have like the perfect build yet. I'm still testing this thing out and see which one I like the most. Got the Grew suppressor, task force barrel, tiger team spotlight, skeletal stock, and the patrol grip. I'm trying to get as much mobility on these guns as possible. Trying to get range with it and just trying to be as fast as possible with these things, because with how much damage there is on some of these other guns, you want to be able to just maneuver within fights and be skating around like a demon. Sniper class changed a little bit. I did recently change to the SPR. Been a lot of fun. I don't snipe a whole lot, so this is kind of every once in a blue moon I pull this out. But monolithic suppressor, I did go with the SPR 26-inch barrel, tac laser, sniper scope, and the Lapua mags. Since I don't use this a lot, I don't know if the Lapua or the Norma mags are better, but either one of those mags, probably personal preference. Run this with the FAR as my sniper support. This thing probably is going to be still your best bet as a sniper support. The FAR is still a really good gun, even at mid-range, and with you being able to push buildings with this and just be versatile with it. I think this is still definitely the best gun to run with a sniper support. Agency suppressor, Raider stock, field laser foregrip, 50-round mag, and serpent tape. Obviously, I took off the barrel, threw on the suppressor for that extra range. I don't need all of the strafe speed. I still got the Raider stock for it, so something to think about. I did throw the underbarrel as well. This thing absolutely still melts mid-range. Then we got my test class. This is kind of something I've been messing with. AK SMG. We got the big barrel for the strafe speed. Tiger team spotlight. I do not have the last stock. Remember, use the last stock, but I need 3 more levels on mine. Make sure to use that one. 45-round mag for me. The reload isn't terrible on this. You don't really need the fast mag, personal preference. And then we got the serpent wrap for ADS speed. I'm gonna be running that AK with the RPD through suppressor, the Spetsnaz grip, 120 fast mag, so my ADS is not completely hurt by it. You could even go this down just a fast mag, because you still do have enough rounds to put down a full team. You don't need to be going crazy with the mag. 2 times as well, so you don't have that visual bounce. The barrel, I'm not completely sure yet. I did throw the task force on this because the recoil actually isn't bad on base stats, and I decided to run this, and I actually really liked it. You get bullet velocity from it, and I believe that this is the only barrel that you get bullet velocity from. So super important with that, and you get damage range on it. You just lose a little bit of recoil, but with the Spetsnaz grip, it kind of compensates for it. Then I got my AR and my SMG on Ghost. Got my fully loaded. And those are kind of the guns. They could be very different after this AMAX nerf and the more weapon changes, but we'll revisit that conversation when it happens. Thank you guys for watching. I hope some of this helps with certain attachments, gun builds, and that kind of stuff. I'm live every day on Twitch, weekly on here, and daily on TikTok and Instagram. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys next one.